Welcome to Inside Lake Forest. I'm EILEEN, LOOBY, your host, and today I'm visiting with Markus, a hair salon for men and women where they make the magic that changes people's lives. Let's step inside. Hi, Markus.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me here today.
I'm glad you could be here.
It's a wonderful opportunity to learn all about your business.
Thank you.
If we could start, maybe, Markus, tell me a little bit about how you got into being a hairstylist and what passion you have.
Actually, I started the hair industry about 28 years ago.
Okay.
And I went to California as a young kid, and then I was going to try to find myself, and somehow I fell into this industry, and it's been a love affair ever since. And so when I came back to Illinois, I started in Winnetka.
Okay.
And enjoyed getting to know all the North Shore clientele and everything. Did that for well over a decade. And then came to Lake Forest because there was just such a need for something kind of city-like and with a little bit of an edge to it. And so I thought, well, why not? And so here we are.
Great. Now, you had a salon in Winnetka. Tell me a little bit about that. And was it the same name?
Well, no. The salon in Winnetka was Salon Millennium.
Okay.
And that opened in 1994. And in that year, it became known as Salon of the Year within our industry, which is a real big deal.
Great.
Over Jose Iber and all these other big names. And we started with a small group, 9 people. And then after 12 years, it was 49 people and grew into a much larger space. And then we just ran the course, and it was wonderful, but it was time to do something different.
Right.
And so I took a little bit of time off to kind of recalculate, and then I came up with this.
Great. And so now Markus Salon here has been open. When was your grand opening?
We opened September 15th.
Okay.
And it was a little off schedule. We were hoping to open earlier, but we still got all the fall market, and we got our name out there, and aggressively kind of campaigned with our announcement posters, which were pretty controversial on Deer Path. And then slowly but surely, people started coming in and getting the word. And of course, word of mouth is the biggest part of doing business in Lake Forest and Lake Bluff. And I'm proud to say that we are booked out almost 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
Fantastic. Now, do you find that most of your clientele is from Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, or are you still getting a lot of your clients maybe from the other North Shore communities?
We actually get clients from Winnetka, from Wilmette, from Kenilworth, but the majority of our clients now are clearly Lake Forest and Lake Bluff clients. Lake Forest is an amazing area. I mean, the people of Lake Forest really want the community to do well, so they support business, providing you have a really good service or a product that is continual.
Absolutely. Well, I think it is really important still, Markus, that you're bringing others in from other communities, because all that does is help the other businesses around here as well.
The folks from Winnetka and Wilmette love Lake Forest. They love the whole European effect. They love the stores, and so they look forward to actually making the trip up here. So it's actually like a day event for them, because they come, get their hair done, they go to lunch, and they go shopping.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of nice.
Now, Markus, tell me, what makes your salon special here in our community?
Well, first of all, I don't really think that the community has had a kind of city-type salon. They have some beautiful other places in town that do what we do, not quite the same way that we do it.
Okay.
And so we really thought it was important to bring kind of a city edge to it, meaning the work is a little edgier, a little more progressive. The space is smaller than I've ever done before, but that's twofold. It kind of reflects the times that we live in, you know, not this over-decadent behavior, but also we are more committed now to the service and the technique and the client. And each client, if you book for color or cut, that whole hour and a half to 2 hours is just yours. There's no interruption, no nothing. So, and we do this very well. And I have a partner, Anna, who does the most beautiful head of highlights in the world, and then I'm the closer. I come in and I do the haircut and the finish, and together we knock them out beautifully.
Fantastic. Well, it shows that it's a very intimate setting too. I love the colors in here, the design with the dark wood and the sky blue and the silver. I mean, it's really great, Markus. Now, I'm sure you played a role in that.
Well, designing salons isn't too off for me, because the first 2 salons that I did were both award-winning salons, Salon of the Year and Salon of Distinction. We just submitted this salon actually to a new industry contest for Salon of the Year. And I like taking raw spaces like this one, which was really, I mean, there wasn't even plumbing in here, and coming up with something like this. But we chose the blue because it's very relaxing, and so, you know, time is not an issue. Once you're in here, you just kind of relax and forget about everything else. Rich woods, and then of course polished metals, because I think that you know, we're all about reflection, and so this kind of reflects that.
Now, Markus, tell me about some of the services that you offer here. Is it mostly hair?
We do offer manicures. It's more of kind of an accoutrement to what we do, but primarily we are about hair.
Okay.
This was our focus. This is what I've been doing for, again, over 28 years. And so hair is essential. So it's primarily color, primarily cut, and yes, we do offer manicure. We also have a treatment room, which I can show you, and that we do what we call quick wax, if you want an eyebrow wax, lip wax, bikini wax, that type of thing. Not too intensive. There are some people in town that just do facials, and they should. And then we are primarily all about great hair.
Well, and that's really great to see, because you've really specialized on what you have your experience in and what you're successful in. So
well, that's for
great
sure.
to know.
That's actually the way it goes.
Markus, I'd love for you to show me the back room, or give me a little bit of tour
well,
here.
Well, first of all, this is obviously where we do all of our hairdressing, and you'll get a chance hopefully to see that in full action. Over here we carry retail products. Of course, I have my own line of hair care products, which I've had for well over 10 years as well, and done very well with those. Those have actually gone on, I've done a weekend on QVC, which was amazing, an amazing event.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your line?
Sure. This line was actually created with me and a woman named Wendy Ryerson, who used to be a chemist for Paul Mitchell.
Okay.
And she believes in working with all botanicals and naturals to the extent that you can, the fullest extent. And so a line like this is what we call the Magnificent Seven. They're like the 7 essential pieces. So we have you know, 2 different kinds of shampoo, 1 styling gel. We use 1 conditioner for everybody, and of course we have an array of finishing products. So a very light, very light aerosol hairspray called Crystal Mist, a finishing spray which is more of a non-aerosol pump spray, and then a shine spray, and we do very well with these. Now, naturally, we'll carry other products, like you'll see we'll carry a Quage, and we'll carry a brand called Yellow, just to kind of change it up and give people an alternative. It's not just all about me, although it kind of is. But anyway, and then we do very well with that.
Great, fantastic. So, and then here is probably where you do the washing.
So what would happen is you naturally, unlike other salons, we don't have you bombarded right away with like the desk and the smells and all of that stuff. So you come in and you just walk up to what looks like a piano bar, and we'll check you in. And then we would naturally have somebody change into a gown, into the changing room. Then we'll bring them back out for a consultation.
Okay.
And after that we begin the work. Typically we'll start at the shampoo area. Get everybody relaxed, do a nice hydrating mask on the hair, get the hair in great condition, and then come back to the chair and boom, knock it out.
Excellent, excellent.
All right, and back here is where we have our treatment room.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you guys go in there.
Thank you.
Okay. And our treatment room primarily is obviously skin. So again, we'll do all kinds of waxing, and there are certain surface skin treatments, but again, no deep facial treatments. Those are done also in town by other places that just specialize in treatment. But it's a very relaxing and interesting environment. You'll notice all the artwork in the salon is mine.
I was going to say, Markus.
I painted all the artwork in the salon, and actually have just been offered a lot of money for that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit more about your creative side, Markus, because not only are you bringing that out through hair, but also in the decor around the...
Right. Well, design is part of it, because when we talk about hair, we talk about structure and balance and continuity, and all of those things I studied also as a student of architecture.
Okay.
So the design part was easy because the architectural influence, but also when we do hair, I do use the same principles. I look for the foundation of a good haircut. I obviously look at design line, and we look at shape, face shape, versus the end result of the hair. So we kind of combine all things together. So in the end, it's like a beautiful building that went up. It's kind of like that. So I do incorporate a lot of things like that.
And that's really interesting
Design
too,
is
your
important.
background. Yeah, absolutely.
And then the painting, part of what I do with all the painting is because that allows me to also introduce all my ideas of color and color and color. And so when we do a lot of hair color, the principles and the pigmentation of paint color also apply. So I get to always kind of keep myself thinking in terms of design and color, even if I'm not in this building.
Yeah, well, I'm sure too it's a little bit of way of just a little stress relief too from
naturally
from the you know, the everyday business and things, and to do that, that's
naturally, that's the way that works.
Excellent.
And this, by the way, is where we actually mix all of our colors.
Okay.
So we come back here and we will mix it up. You know, we have a variety of color. We just go at it. We have our consultation. We come back here and we do the formulation, which is the most important part of color, and then the application is secondary to that. And then, of course, the result is perfect.
Excellent.
So that's that.
Now, Mark, how often do your customers typically come in? Is it every 4 weeks, or is it depending on their hair and depending on their color treatment?
It kind of depends on the client themselves, but for the most part, I think clients generally, there's a rule with hair color. Hair color generally processes a ½ an inch from the scalp, and then the body heat evaporates after that. So if hair grows a ½ an inch a month, it's obvious that it's clear to say to somebody, come in every 4 weeks.
Okay.
That's the 1 month, and that's the ½ inch. So color, generally, single process color is done once a month. Highlights you can do sometimes 2 or 3 times a year, depending on how dark your actual real hair color is. And then, of course, haircuts. Everybody's hair grows unevenly. Even the best of haircuts in a month or two start looking a little shaggy. And so it's just one of those things where you wake up one day and you just know it's time.
Now, Marcus, I know on the horizon you have some very interesting technology that you're bringing in to benefit your clients. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, part of the exciting end of doing hair is always seeing what the next step is going to be. And what we want to do is, what we will be doing is we'll be putting in a very thin glass monitor, huge, 42 inches. And we're going to have a remote camera feed. And what that camera will be doing is it's actually going to be allowing the client to look up on the monitor and see as we're cutting their hair, particularly in the back where they always go, well, I don't know, is it too short, is it too short? But after that, we're going to be able to show people how we blow dry their hair, how we finish it, how they can recreate the same look at home, and then we'll actually burn that onto a disc and let them take that home.
Oh, that's great. Well,
so hopefully they can reproduce the look that they get in the salon. Maybe not as good, because we still need them to come back, but
absolutely.
But a whole lot better. They'll get a better understanding of what it takes to create the look in the end, because they'll have their own disc.
Well, what a wonderful service to provide.
And nobody's doing it.
That's great. I haven't heard of it, so I think it's wonderful.
Well, I actually just thought of it.
To introduce it here into the store and here into the community. What a great, interesting thing to have.
Thank you.
Now, tell me a little bit about your contact information so people can come here, Marcus. I know you book ahead.
Our address is 272 East Deer Path, Suite 104. So we're inside the building, and it's in downtown Lake Forest. Our phone number is 847-735-8568.
Great.
And we will be having a website launching in spring. You can find us online, but you'll always need to come in and talk with us.
Great. Well, Marcus, it has really been a pleasure meeting with you today.
It has been a great pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I wish you all the success, both you and Anna, here in the business, and we look forward to seeing you around town.
Thank you. All right.
As you know, I've been here with Marcus and Anna as well at Marcus Hair Salon for Men and Women, where they make the magic that changes people's lives.